he's suddenly not nearly the threat and like tanky hero that he's meant to be. I think Medusa makes their entire game plan very difficult. 4 of their 5 heroes have to be point blank range in order to do any damage, and Medusa I think counters that as a whole. And they have to go on the Medusa eventually, and the rest of Nigma's lineup is just so good at what Kyle would call peel. You know, you're forcing them off of the Medusa with the clockwork hook and the cogs, the Phoenix egg, the puck coil. I really like Nigma's draft. Like, I personally think it's a heavy out draft for Nigma.
Okay.
I'm not really sure how it's going to play out because I don't play heroes like Medusa myself. But on paper, I would be scared to play Ursa in this game. But yet I see what they're going for. It's good against Bloodseeker in lane. It's good against the egg in the mid game. So I like what they're thinking, but I do think Nigma has the upper hand.
I mean, that's the thing as well, right? Is that this top lane, as you say, sure, the Bloodseeker's melee, Mikke's going to have that advantage being an Ursa against him, but you're against this Bloodseeker and the Phoenix, right? And this Phoenix isn't going to be too much fun for the Ursa to lane against, surely.
Yeah, Ursa's just not the lane dominator he used to be. He usually comes online like level 3 or 4 when he gets a couple points up in all of his spells. And Bloodseeker, 6 base armor. Really high base armor for an offlaner, traditionally speaking, so the threat of the Ursa physical damage early is not going to be nearly as high. And he also has decent sustain, and the Phoenix, like you said, the fire spirits can be super annoying because Ursa might have to put a point or 2 up in the overpower, which means he has less points in the Earth Shock for the slow. Yeah, I don't think this lane's nearly as bad for mind control as Kyle painted it to be.
Okay, and then meanwhile, sort of down on the bottom lane, are Liquid going to be able to put much pressure onto Miracle here as this Deucer, or are you able to farm pretty safely down here?
Yeah, I thought they were going to pick something like Ogre last pick for Nigma, but Clockwork does a similar job. His whole job is just say, get away from my Medusa, right? He's going to walk in front of you, threaten with the Battery Assault, and I don't think they can really do anything to Miracle here. They're both melee. They have to go through a Clockwork. Kuroki's always going to position himself properly. Just look at him. He's just running at the Legion. Boxy's actually getting completely zoned as Miracle is just free farming down here. So I really like the idea that Miracle has to solo carry this game. Like, I think his hero is much more built than last game to do just that.
As you say, Kuro doing a great job of just running Boxy down and causing him to have to make the move all the way back to his tower. Top lane Mikke is looking for GH. He's going to have another shock in a second. GH just hits level 2 and is able to dive back out to safety. Mikke not quite able to finish him off yet. It's going to be interesting. Oh, Miracle. He's sort of ended himself up underneath that tower here. Tiger trying to do the best with the body blocks, but Kuro will come across, cogs out onto the 2 of them. Miracle's able to safely sit back and survive again, still having an abundance of mana to rely on for his shield. And yeah, just gonna be interesting what Miracle builds on the Medusa. We did see a Medusa the other day. Went for 2 of the Falcon Blades into the S&Y. So that is definitely one way to play the hero in this patch. We'll see which way Miracle wants to do it this game.
I'm curious if he does the same thing. The Falcon Blade seems really nice for the mana regen as well as the health. It's just so value on Medusa, but I don't know if you need 2 of them. So I'm kind of that's the only sample size I have thus far. But I'm not like sold on it completely yet.
No, because I can. Other than that, like what sort of other items are you looking on the Medusa? Is this another hero that you still feel happy getting a Maelstrom early on to just sort of speed up your game?
I'm of the opinion he probably just needs to build to live. Just buy efficient stat items like a Manta and a Scotty.
Yep.
And basically just say, my team's going to do the rest of the damage for me. Bloodseeker Phoenix, I don't think damage is going to be an issue. I think it's more so that as long as Liquid can't kill him before all of his teammates' damage goes off, then he's good to go.
Obviously mid there, Tiger. Trying to have a bit of a looking onto Weeha, but won't quite be able to set up completely. Bottom, Boxy now with the levels, level 3, can do a bit of a better job of turning and trading back with Kuro. Relying on those 2 points at the moment on courage to give him the sustain to do so. Mid lane, Weeha is completely out of regen. 4-minute rune's coming up. He's going to chance it for the bottom rune, and he's going to get very fortunate too. Gets the refill, and it's an arcane. So some lovely power rune there for Weeha. And on the side, only really that bottom lane where Boxy's a little behind. I look at sort of the top lane. Things are going pretty evenly. There's no one else really getting completely bullied out of this early stage of the game. Mid.
Yeah, I like the Taiga's move here. I think him going top is really good because he can't really help pressure the Dusa, and so in that case, just let Boxy just be Boxy down here, and he's allowing the Ursa to get solo, like basically free farm up here because Mind Control feels scared to walk up.
Can you get away with buying Midas on Medusa nowadays, or is that just way too greedy?
I think in some games you can.
Yeah.
I think she's heavily benefits from the attack speed, and it just depends on how much you feel like you're going to get ran at mid-game. And I think since Liquid has such a high threat of that here, as you see Crystal Maiden, I feel like if you had to bank on one hero every game feeding First Blood, you know, high percentage-wise, it'd be a Crystal Maiden.
Might have a chance getting Mickey as well, getting clipped by the edge of the Blood Bright. That's going to get the speed for Mind Control to keep chasing with We Are, and at the same time down bottom, Kuro. There's two of them, Kuro and Miracle are able to run down Boxy. Kills across the map here for Nigma, and again, you know, We Are making the same sort of moves that he was doing in that last game where he really was off to just a brilliant start with his early rotations on the puck, and we're seeing that yet again here. He's still getting aggressive top. He's about a creep away from hitting level 6. Insania very low. He's trying to pop a salve Insania, but We Are's going to be able to finish it off. The setup's there for Mind Control to get the kill with the Blood Right, and now We Are, he's level 6. So he can look to get even more out of this. Turns over towards Tiger. They're going to get another out of this. It really is, again, just the opening 8 minutes we saw, you know, We Are get an ultra kill in the last game. Already here at the 6 minutes, 2-0-2. He got so much done there with that move up to top.
I think in this patch, it's really hard to play carry. I think it's really hard to be survivable as carry. I think if you ever manage to draft a carry, that I look at and say, I don't really know how he dies. I feel like it's a significant draft advantage, more so in this patch than normal. And I just look at this last pick Ursa, and what made me so hesitant about it was that I'm so scared of his... He can't, like, farm from 10 to 15 minutes. Like, he's going to get ran at. He's constantly under threat. Puck actually deals with you very well super early game, and I don't feel like they can reciprocate that pressure onto this Medusa. I think the Clockwork last pick was great. You saw it bottom, and exactly what it was meant to accomplish when Miracle got kicked under tower. But here, they're looking to make something happen. Liquid is not okay with the status quo of this game, and they are going to try to basically ensure this Ursa's safety top so that he can have some space to farm.
It's going to be
spotted. GH breaks the smoke.
Yeah, out completely. So unlikely that Tiger and Insania can get the angle they want. Look who's chasing. We Are's already moving back up here. 4 seconds to Dream Coil. No hesitation. As soon as the ult's up, We Are's in position to put on the pressure. Mickey has hit the 6. See, he's going to pop it early here to break the coil. Make sure that he deters Nigma from trying to dive in underneath the tower.
It's just so nice to play Dusa here because usually as a carry, you're like quote-unquote AFK, right? But he's actually able to defend mid-tower. So that is super nice because he frees up his puck to do whatever Weehaw wants on the map. And you see here, he's pressuring the Ursa while Medusa's just defending mid-tower and farming. You just have to compare the lives of these two carries, the two heroes that are meant to win the game for their team. Medusa's just chilling mid, Ursa's getting ran at by 3 heroes. And I think this is gonna basically be the look of the game for the next 10 minutes, honestly. And by that point, I think the net worth lead from the net worth differential between Miracle and Mickey will be too much to overcome for a hero like Ursa against Medusa.
Obviously top, Tiger. The rest of Liquid, they sort of bailed out of this top lane. Tiger tried to stick around to at least soak up the XP. But Nigma not going to let that happen. There's another kills found out that top lane. I think that top lane is going to be completely abandoned now from Liquid. Very surprised if we see them try and put any hero up here. As, yeah, certainly issues to deal with elsewhere. Pressure already coming in on the mid. Miracle, as you say, is going to be hitting some very good timings this game. Does have that S and Y queued up after the Wraith ban. So not a Falcon Blade, man. And just going for the standard S and Y, as you say, just pure survivability as soon as you can. Top lane, Tiger, he came back to the lane. I mean, I said they wouldn't come up here. Tiger decided to prove me wrong. Instantly TP's back and dies the second time.
I actually don't know how Liquid wins this game. I actually don't know how they win this game. I feel like it's already over. That's how I view it. And the beauty of this is I love how teams will do whatever they can to win the game. Like, they're just going to figure out some way. Like, if we can win the game, what's, you know, the one iteration, you know, according to Dr. Strange here, that results in our victory. And right now, it looks like Liquid is just going to try to hit their timings. DK, I think, is going to be the backbone of their comeback here. Maybe that early bit of tower pressure, maybe catch them out with that early Blink Dagger. Because right now, Taiga's only level 4. Legion Commander doesn't really have a clear duel target. It's hard to get on top of the puck. Medusa's going to be playing super safe on the map. Phoenix, Clock, these are very hard heroes to duel. And Weehaw, you just feel so content on Weehaw here, running around the map, being a nuisance. Because in the meantime, your Medusa's farming.
Kuro's in. He's able to pick up the bouncy rune. Weehaw is trying to jump off to the side. He should still fall, though.
Good start.
As they get one. Turn over towards Kuro, but it is the TP away. He'll make it. Something found, at least for Liquid, as Mickey gets the kill onto Weehaw. Dive in on the mid. GH looking for Tiger. Tiger, let's cover the TP out. Not quite enough damage to take him down before, so Tiger will escape. Quoifer TPing straight back into the mid, trying to do his best to limit the amount of pressure that Miracle can put onto this tower, but Miracle's got the backup of GH, and Miracle doesn't seem to want to go anywhere as he's sticking around, trying to finish off the tower. Popping the Stone Gaze as well to try and secure the last hit, but they have the fortification up, so Nigma will have to retreat. Liquid at least will be able to hold and can take that away from them if they want to do so. It is now in the deny range.
Yeah, the problem with that kill on the puck is it seems nice, it's the opponent mid laner, but you're supposed to be able to turn that into objectives for DK, but because of the pressure that Miracle's putting mid, he has to then TP to use his Dragon Form to defend rather than do anything in regards to taking objectives of their own. And Mind Control, he might be in some trouble top. Taiga is level 6. Roll into the duel here, most likely.
They've got a control, and Boxy able to lock him down, secure that damage bonus. Bottom lane, Mickey will find the tower in an eye. He's taking away some of this potential gold that Nigma could have cleaned up. Mid, Quakefoot just continues to try and do his best to hold them back, but Kuro's able to get the angle. Comes in from the side with a hook shot. They're going to pop the egg, make sure that they have enough magical damage to take this, but they still might not actually have the number there. As Boxy's able to come in with the heal, allow Quakefoot to step away out of the cogs and ensure that he doesn't get caught out by the supernova stun. So will manage to live. Miracle, though, was able to get that last hit on the tower.
That's 4 heroes from Liquid to lose a tower. They're very happy with that result on the side of Team Nigma. Like, they don't care about the kill on DK. They just wanted the tower. Like, obviously the kill on DK is icing on the cake, but all they wanted there was to finish off that mid tower so Miracle can kind of go farm wherever he wants. He kept farming mid in order to exert the pressure, and now he can choose to farm Ancients and be more efficient after taking that tower. As Kuroki, no hook shot just yet.
And the thing of course, Tiger. I mean, can they try and fight this? They do have the dueler, but it still seems very hard, especially with Nigma being as strong as they are right now. Over towards mid, Quakeface trying to pressure the mid tower. GH and Miracle just in time to force him away. The hookshot's going to connect from Kuro. Kuro leads straight in onto Quakefoot. Weeha's coming across. They're looking for the chase. At the same time, top lane, Mind Control gone on by Tiger and Insania. With the Dream Core locked down mid, they'll guarantee themselves the kill on Quakefoot. Mind Control still alive up top. Should die to the 3 of them though, as D-Box is able to walk in, get himself another successful duel. But still, Nigma taking the trades, keeping this momentum up as Mickey has also been found. TP's coming in, and he's out of the cogs. They won't quite kill him, but bullying him away. Miracle able to take a bit of this triangle away from the Ursa. I think obviously one thing that Liquid's got to really do their best to control is their jungle. There are some lovely stacks there, and it'd be a huge shame if Miracle's able to walk in and take them for Nigma.
Yeah, just economic damage here. Miracle's like basically getting escorted to his farm by the rest of his team. He's like, I'd like to farm the enemy triangle now, please. And they just 3-man gang squatted up, forcing the Ursa out. Seems like it may be inefficient to do that for some camps, but Ursa's not farming. So even though your GPM's technically lower on the Medusa than it would be if you were farming your side of the map, you're making the Ursa's GPM effectively 0, you know, other than the passive goal. He's forced to run away. He's not getting any camps at all for himself. And it's all percentage based. You'd rather have 100 to 0 than 200 to 100 in terms of net worth, right? Like, so it's going to keep paying off here. Miracle's got the S and Y. Really good against the duel as well as the stun from DK. Seems like a lot of carries are just prioritizing the Sange and Yasha after the status resistance buff, as well as the only source of status resistance over the Manta. Kuroki just scouting here. After they take that tier 1 tower, the map is their oyster for Team Nigma. They have the Puck farming bottom, Miracles farming jungle around mid, and the rest of the 3 of them are kind of just poking and prodding the rest of Team Liquid to annoy them and cause them to basically always be on the back foot.
Oh, they're on the hunt for Quakefa. They found him here, moving in with the smoke. TP's coming in from Liquid. Gonna do their best to try and keep Quakefa alive, but the commitment's there with the Dream Coil. Instant end to the CMO with the Yule Scepter. The Supernova's down. They've got to split Liquid. They're trying to get away from it all, but Quakefa cannot. Held underneath the egg. He'll fall. They'll also get the catch onto Insania over to the side. As Nigma, more kills. Now in position to start taking more and more of the potential farm away from Ursa as Miracle moves into the jungle and will just keep his farm quite a step ahead that of Mickey. A bit of catch-up will occur now. You know, Mickey, he has at least got the Battle Fury complete, but still a long way to go to match the pace that Miracle's farming at mid. More kills for Miracle to get involved in. Steps across, claims the life for Tiger. Rehart also spawning out Boxy to the side, but no Coil quite back up yet, so don't have that immediate catch. But this is some, you know, early aggression now. What, 15 minutes in, you're stepping up with this Medusa to these tier 2s, and Quakefa sort of trapped in the trees here. They're in with a hook shot. Cox over to the side. Mickey's been silenced. He's going to get the chance to get the ult off. He's got to run. He's got to step right out of here, but he's been ruptured. Miracle's able to move in. They're trying their best with the silence and the duel to lock down Miracle, but he's just too tanky at this stage. They don't have the damage to kill him. Mickey ends up dying inside the base as We Are dives in for him, picks up another as Insania is also going to go down, as it just seems to be too much. 16 minutes in, 14-3, 7k lead, and Nigma's lineup, that they can just sort of go wherever they want with this Medusa, and it's hard to see what Liquid can do to stop this.
Yeah, Medusa, I think the Medusa pick was just too good. They had DK, Earth Spirit, Legion at the time in that draft. Like, all their damages, we have to go on you. And it's similar to last game where Nigma relied on going on them, and they just didn't have to move on the side of Team Liquid in game 1. It's like the opposite here. Medusa just, you saw there, he gets dueled up, he's in the middle of everything, and Miracle's just like, okay, I was gonna be attacking you guys anyways, I guess I'll just keep attacking. And the rest of his team just cleaning up the Ursa in the back. Ursa had to use all of his like ultimate survivability tools just to live, which means he can't dish out the damage because he's no longer confident in terms of his own survivability. Quakefa, like, DK's not going to carry the game. You know, he tried his best to create some pressure early on, but Nigma consistently was willing to bring 3 or 4 heroes, even just to slow him down. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to kill him, just stop him from creating pressure so that you can then pressure the Ursa. And Miracle's almost got a butterfly done. Ursa overpower, it used to not count attacks when you missed, but now it does. He's got the level 10, 15% evasion talent, plus the butterfly coming out for Miracle. This Ursa ain't hitting shit.
Correct. Another connection. Boxy's going to stand his ground. Go for the duel with the Blade Mail. He's not going to win that duel, though. Won't lose it either. Does die after it comes to an end. Still just more catches for Kuro. I mean, you know, Kuro, this 5 o'clock, having a great game, right? 2-0-5. Easy setups and hasn't died at all. Bottom lane, Quakefa really trying to get some objective. But they've got the tower defense on lock as Nigma come in, push him away, keep that tower alive and available for the deny if they want to. As Mind Control, he's hunting couriers. Now, nearly finds it. Not quite enough damage there with the one hit. We see, you know, looking towards Mickey, his farm after the Battle Fury. He's trying to get this BKB. I mean, is there sort of any, like, how many items does Mickey need to be able to sort of say, right, I can turn up to this fight as the Ursa and at least take someone down? Like, is the BKB going to be enough for Liquid to try and fight around Mickey and commit for some of the squishier kills, or is he at this stage, is it still just a complete struggle?
Every hero on Nigma can defend themselves, so I don't actually know. I think he needs Abyssal in order to kill people, and I don't know if the game will last long enough for him to get it. I know I sound like Mr. Doomsday, Doomsgloom here for the side of Liquid, but I think you have to be ahead of Dusa on on Ursa to have a good matchup at all, and he's like eclipsed. He's got a full item on Miracle ahead of the Ursa, and the thing about those ultimates that it feels so good when you know you're in this spot on Team Nigma, they're like efficiency ultimates to kill Quakefoot down there. It's like we only have to bring 2 or 3 heroes to kill you rather than 4 or 5 because we're casting our ultimates on you. And Weehaw, when you see people just willingly using their ultimates for kills like this, even just pressure like this, then you know you're in a really commanding spot, because usually if you don't have your ultimates, you have to be afraid afterwards. But Nigma, like, look at Mickey's life. He's just getting kited out of his own jungle, or out of the opponent's jungle, while Medusa's farming his own. He's constantly having to deal with threats while Medusa just forced the CM to TP. This is just... I don't think this ever gets better. They're eventually going to take Roche on the side of Nigma when they feel like it's safe. They have no sense of urgency here. They don't have to rush. And once Medusa has 2 lives, I can't fathom the first one, how he loses that one. So the second one is even worse.
Kuro on the hunt. Oh no, poor Insania. That's an easy catch for Kuro. As soon as Insania steps outside of the base, Kuro's waiting with his hook shot. Boxy nearly the blink, but definite sort of just scrambling for Liquid's heroes to get any sort of item up. 11k down, 19 for 3. Nigma just hitting perfectly hard, and as you say, something that you felt, this is well, pretty much what you expected from seeing these drafts, this sort of pace, or is this more severe than you expected, or less so?
I'm not gonna act like I'm some oracle. I just have played Ursa in a similar situation, where I didn't really know, unless I had a really good start, how the game would, like, how I would be able to carry the game. And so when I see these drafts, I just thought their timing was really fragile. So if they didn't hit it, it was gonna be a nightmare. That was kind of how I thought about it. And since they were able to get a couple kills on Ursa early, they really slowed down that Battle Fury timing. Medusa got all the space in the world, and now I feel like the script has already written itself. And here's the Roche coming out. I didn't even mention, Kyle mentioned it during the draft, but he now has the Blood Rage buff as well to amp up his damage. They do catch the Phoenix though, no buyback.
Not a bad start at all to a fight if they can keep this going into anything more. Successful duel from Boxy. Boxy, he's going to try and bounce off the Ancients. Won't manage to do so. Let's top lane Weehaw. He's going to start playing around with Tiger. And the coil to be dropped. Take the kills anywhere around, as he knows it's not necessary to win a fight, to have the ult. And they'll still get the space, despite the effort from Boxy and Tiger to push them away from the pit. For them to get back in, finish this off, get themselves that Aegis secured. And of course, looking at the gold, just a step closer to what really is going to be one of the fastest Skadies after Butterfly and Medusa build-up. We saw already this was the fastest Butterfly timing from Medusa on this patch from Miracle. And the rest of the items are going to just continue to fly out at a very, very similar pace.
Yeah, he's got the. It looks like he's wrapping up his build with the Daedalus. If he does get that far, he basically says, "I'm unkillable. Now I kill all of you." That's the natural progression for heroes like Medusa. Stat yourself up, and then make yourself unignorable.
See, and Liquid, they're trying to get some vision out. Let's take away that of Nigma's, but as soon as they come forward, it's an easy kill. Quakefoot tries to hold back Miracle with the Dragon Tail stun, but now he's left himself open to be ruptured. He's tanky, he's trying to run, but Weehaw locks him down, forces out the BKB. Quakefoot will at least keep his life intact, but now without a BKB and down bottom, Kuro is on the hunt for Boxy. Boxy trying to stand his ground. Pots the blade mail and the duel, but Kuro, he'll be happy to take the plus 20 on this.
I'll kill you again.
Yeah, I feel like this is hunting season, and Liquid are just a bunch of deer running around the map, trying to just have some, eat some grass or something, you know? They're just trying to live their lives. And meanwhile, Nigma is just kind of having their way with it. This is just a slaughter, man. I don't know.
It really is. I mean, this is, we sort of saw in game 1, Liquid spiral out of control in the second half. This has just been Nigma spiraling out of control pretty much from from minute one. This game, I mean, those first few moves from Weehaw up to the top, crushing the lane of Mickey, just really sort of set the gears in motion, and Liquid just haven't been able to put a stop to it at all. We're 24 minutes in, they have this Miracle Medusa knocking at their base, SMY, Butterfly, Skadi, and Aegis. Just an incredible amount of strength that they have to sit behind here, Nigma. And Liquid, they can't really even get round to the back lines. They're maybe looking for an angle here with this smoke. They're able to get the duel out onto Weehaw. They do get the kill. Hook shots in. Insania getting a good position for the ult. But now GH swoops across, drops down the egg. Miracle just pops the stone gaze. And suddenly the fight comes to an abrupt end for Liquid. They're trying to retreat, but they cannot get quite far out of there. As Mickey try and stand his ground against mind control. Tiger's rolling away. There's nothing they can do here to stop Nigma just from taking their set of racks. Top racks down, 25 minutes in. As Kuro and mind control, they are low. I mean, Tiger might get some kills off the back of this. Another rock down, keeping the magnetize going. He gets Kuro. Can he get mind control as well here? Tiger.
No more boulders.
Another bolt. The one in mid, he stepped too close to mind control. So Tiger gets a few kills out of this. Mickey is going for Miracle on the high ground. There's going to be a buyback from Tiger. Miracle, of course, still with that Aegis, so they'll have to go for him twice, but there's no Weehaw or mind control to help him out. It's Tiger looking for the angle. Boxy is able to find the duel. They get the Aegis. Can they do it a second time, though? And it looks like they're not going to chance it. So a little bit of action there for Liquid. Kind of sort of the only kind of fight that they've managed to get something out of in this whole game. But of course, damage still very much done with that top lane taken completely away from them. And again, even with those kills, nothing really that can be done off the back of them.
They scan him. They know Mickey is here.
They've got him. Kuro's in. Mickey, he has got BKB ult and TP. He's actually going to stand his ground. And that will cause him to lose his life. Even with the Enrage, unlikely to be able to TP out in time when you consider the amount of right-click that the Miracle's doing right now.
Yeah, Liquid actually played that fight really well. They went on the Medusa with the Earth Spear just to silence him so that the Medusa wouldn't be able to protect his teammates with the Stone Gaze. But even then, like, they're just down by 15,000 net worth going into that fight, and even more afterwards. You just can't overcome this differential when the enemy team just has so much team fight, raw damage. In no way do you outscale them. It's just, the writing's on the wall, and looks like they're gonna play it out though, and I respect that.
Always worth to, so, play through those final extra minutes, give you more time to think about what you're gonna do coming into game 3. Which is
usually I say give the enemy team a chance to throw, but pretty hard to throw with Medusa. You kind of just stand there hitting things. It's similar to last game though, right? Both teams had a hero that just becomes unkillable, and it becomes really hard. It's pretty impossible to play the game. Like, no matter, Kyle talked about the skill level of people is all equal when they're stunned. I would say it's also looks about equal when there's a hero you just can't kill, because who cares how many abilities you land if the guy just doesn't move.
And again,
the Blood Rage is crazy.
Able to take these buildings with no answer from Liquid.
Kuro even went for Drum, so if the Blood Rage attack speed wasn't enough, let's give him another 45.
I'm gonna try something. They go for the duel. Instantly messed with by the Yule Scepter. Boxy, yeah, he'll go down. He has got a buyback. Quite for having to use the BKB to step back. They do manage to take most of the mana of Miracle away. Can they chase for kills here, Liquid? Tiger leading with the Magnetize, starting off the defense. Mickey's able to get in on top of Mind Control. Disarm onto the bear, but Mind Control, he's going for the TP out. Not going to be able to make it. They're able to take him down. Miracle stepping back across, beating into Boxy. He'll go down. It's a dieback on Boxy. Quite for trying to run in at Miracle, but he's also unable to deal with the damage that Miracle has. Mickey has the Enrage and the BKB. It doesn't matter. Miracle takes him out. Triple kill for the Deucer. 35-9. 26k lead here. A 29 minutes lead in to end this game. As, yeah, Nigma hit back as